shed in the backyard, I have everything running off solar panels and 3 deep cycle batteries. So I have my radio, my tuner, and all my accessories running off solar. The only thing I don't have running off solar right now is the air conditioner I have out here, because it draws so much power. It'll drain the batteries in probably about 4 hours.
Oh, Roger, now I missed a part of that. My bad. I was trying to get some lights off. We do have a Qso-Vlog studio, if it were, and I do have some lights that I have to crank up to tune the SB220, so I still had those lights on, and that's not good for video. We are running our video now. We are into our Qso-Vlog recording segment, which we usually run for about an hour. So, gosh, come back again and let me hear you. Your signal dropped down just a little bit, but let me hear where you are now.
So yeah, like I was saying, my shack is literally a shack. It's a 10 by 16 shed I have in the backyard. I have everything running off solar panels and 3 deep cycle batteries, so my radio, my tuner, and all my accessories and everything is running off solar power. And the only thing I do not have running off solar is my air conditioner unit, because it will deplete the batteries in about 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, roger that. But the rest of it, you're grid-free on your radio stuff, Roger?
Yeah, roger. Everything's off the grid, and I don't have to worry about too much interference.
Oh, Roger. Unless now, let's see. Are you running an inverter, or is your stuff 12 volts?
No, everything's 12 volts hooked up straight to the batteries off the solar panels.
Roger. So you don't have to go through an inverter. Now there, you might run into a little noise. I'm not real sure, what kind of noise generation those inverters create, but I would imagine they would, put some SCR chop in the waveform for sure. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. When I do turn on the power inverter for my 120 volts, it just drowns out the whole HF spectrum.
Oh, is that right? Broadband stuff?
Yeah, it just drowns out everything.
Roger. Well, most of my VHF UHF stuff is I've got 3 batteries also, and they're not big batteries. They're a little Walmart 230 amp batteries, but I do have 3 of them tied together in parallel, and a 10 amp trickle charger. And the way that works, it's set up that it doesn't do anything until the voltage drops below 12 volts, and then it kicks in marginally and as needed to keep it at 12 volts. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. I learned real quick. I got a good friend of mine works over here at Siemens, the electric company, and we were discussing it, and the charging system to charge batteries in parallel, you have to run a charger in parallel series. Roger.
If you're running your batteries in parallel, you just parallel charge all 3 batteries. Once a battery becomes parallel, in parallel circuit, it becomes, not a twin, but it's handled as, all those batteries are handled as one. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, but yeah, it seems like everything's working great. I don't have any problems with it.
Yeah, Roger. Essentially, if you have 3 12-volt batteries tied parallel, you have a 12-volt circuit, so you could certainly charge all those in parallel. Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
I mean, thing would be if you were to discharge those batteries through usage to a point where you exceeded the capabilities of your power supply, then you would want some kind of a circuit that would protect the power supply from working into too low of a impedance load. or a fuse, whichever comes first.
Yeah, Roger, I was interrupted. My 5-year-old was talking to me about the dog.
Roger, Roger. Well, let me come back with your call sign one more time, please.
Yes, it is Kilo November 4, Delta Zulu X-ray.
And the name is Dave, and you're in Clarksville, Tennessee. Roger?
Yeah, Roger that. Can you come back with your call sign, please?
Roger, Roger. Call sign here is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and we're just across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. In Indiana, just across the Ohio River from Louisville. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. I actually grew up in LaGrange up there by Louisville.
Ah, Roger, Roger. Well, you were on the Kentucky side there, probably about 20 miles from my QTH, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that.
And, sir, could I ask you what kind of power you're running right now?
Yes, I'm running 100 watts.
Wow, you have some good conditions, sir. I could have sworn that was about 400 watts coming down the pike.
No, I wish I had that, but yeah, it's just 100 watts and good coax and just a center fed about 35 foot in the air.
Roger, Roger. Sounds good, sir. So let me say threes. Appreciate the call there, and we are running our Qso-Vlog recorder. And what we do, we record our Qso-Vlogs for about an hour and a half or so, and then we post them on our YouTube page. And usually we work so many stations that we can't put all of the station call signs in our title, so we usually title the thing by the date and the time and the frequency. So if you might be interested to hear what your station sounds like in a couple of days, if you go to YouTube and check out our Qso-Vlog page, and the way you do that is with a call letter search. In other words, you go to YouTube and crank in the call letters Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. That'll bring up our Qso-Vlog page, and will be this Qso will be on the page somewhere. Usually up in the upper half of the page. Roger, Roger?
Yeah, Roger, I'll be looking out for that. But I'll talk to you hopefully sometime in the future. I'll give you a 73.
Roger, Roger, Dave. 3's that away, sir. Have yourself a good morning. We'll catch you later. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor.